When Christmas would come around every single year, I would love it. I would love it. Even when I felt sick, I felt really bad from the flu, or because when I was growing up, I actually had really bad stomach problems. I would love being present with the people around me. I would love to see people's faces, to see how they would react once they got what they wanted, or once they react to some of the things that we do together, whether that's playing video games, just kicking it, just talking to each other. But as I get older, I'm realizing now it sucks. Not because it's bad or I don't like talking to people during Christmas now, or playing video games, or doing all these things. It's because it's nostalgic. It's a life that you once lived that's no longer there. It's happened. I'm happy that it happened, but the holidays, for some reason, I always wondered why why we get this nostalgic feeling. Why do we look back on our past? Because it's depressing. It could be depressing no matter. It depends on how you look at it. But it was really hard to just think back to those moments because I miss them. And I'll have them, but I fear that I think back to the past a little bit too much now. And that's why I think the holidays suck. I think that's why I never really understood it. Like, why could somebody not like a holiday? They're the best time around. But now, as I'm getting older, every time a new year is about to just happen, like there's a new year, November, December, then it's New Year's, right? You think back and look back on your life. You think back on what have you done, and I've not really built anything. So I think it's really a self reflection type of thing, type of deal when I look back on these things because it's sad. I look back and I'm here because I've done all the things that put me into this position and made the made the excuses, made the decisions that have ultimately led me to this point. And you could cope and I could rant all I want, but it's an interesting thing when the holidays, especially how you grow up, being a little bit different. That's what I want to talk about too. I was never a kid that grew up someone that was super healthy. Like I said, I had stomach problems. I would get anxiety, I would get stressed. Had no idea what this was at the time, but I'd worry about what other people thought of me because they would see me making excuses about, oh, I already ate. I'm not hungry. There's only so many times you could say that until people start catching on and they start asking questions. So that led me to be anxious and be worried about what people think of me, what people think of this guy, this kid. What's his deal? He doesn't eat food. And yeah, my stomach hurt 90% of the time. I wasn't sick to the point where I couldn't live life, but sick to the point where obviously I remember, and it was something that I was struggling with, and it led me down to a bunch of moments in time where I would feel insecure and just feeling certain types of ways about how people viewed me, and I started to just be more insecure in that sense. But as time went on, 2020 came around and the holidays came around. It was like a blur. I started to love it. I was introverted. I was home. I was around my desk, my bed, the things that I love, my electric guitar, producing music, creating things, making videos. I would make skits during this time. I was all into making skits. I don't know if you've ever gone viral or had some type of validation on the internet. It is the best feeling in the world. It is definitely the best feeling in the world because there's nothing like having validation from just strangers. A lot of validation. I'm talking millions of views, tons of likes, comments, and knowing that you're impacting people positively and making them laugh. It was the best feeling ever. And I just remember doing that, and I was like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And a couple years pass. I did college. I went to college. I went to be a bartender for 2 years. And looking back, I'm like, what did I actually? I never built something. I built a connection. I built skills that helped me communicate. So I guess I didn't go away with nothing. But going back around to the holiday, it's like it's reminding me of all the things that I've done and what I haven't done, which is dangerous. It's bad to look at everything and think about all the things that you haven't done versus all that you've gained. I've gained a lot. And I'm just realizing this as I'm talking about it, but I set myself up for so much for being way better than where I'm at. And I'm never satisfied, which could be a negative. And the holidays are just a reminder you're nowhere near where you wanted to be. You're still behind. You're going to see your family for December. And this is the first Thanksgiving that I think I'm going to be alone. But for December, for Christmas, they're going to all see you and you're not doing the best. You're not doing the greatest. People are going to judge, and they could judge without context. They could judge all that they want, thinking that they know what's best. And sometimes it's just a lot. It's stressful. It's anxious, anxiety filled. But that's why I think people hate the holidays. That's why they think it sucks being around that. And I know you feel the same way. I know I'm not the only one. And I just recently, I've gotten more anxious, like even going into vacations or doing anything like this. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know what it is, but even the holidays, I used to love this. I used to be present. I share these memories that I have. I would wake up in the morning. The reason I shared these memories that I have because I would wake up. I remember in the morning, wake everyone else, my parents up, get down to the Christmas tree. I act like it was like a 2-story house. It was 1 story. I would walk to the Christmas tree and just wait. And it wasn't even about the presents really. It was about seeing everyone's reaction as they were opening the presents, or me talking to them, or me just being there present with them, with my cousins, playing video games, talking to them, making new memories, and having a good time because I wasn't thinking about anything else. And I miss that. And I think it's that nostalgia that makes it suck because it's like you don't have that anymore. But on top of that, we've kind of shifted to this whole thing of you gotta be doing something constantly. You can't be having fun, which sounds insane on the surface, but that's really what my feed is pushing, what my algorithm. And it sucks. It sucks. I think that's why the holidays suck. I never understood why people would hate the holidays. Home Alone is such a banger movie. There's so much good things that are happening. Building snowman, snowball fights, snowing, just in general. Just the snow is awesome. But I never understood that. And then when I see people, the most loneliest, being in the service industry, seeing the most loneliest of people, I understood because they don't have that. They don't have a family. That's what makes it. It's not just the snow. It's not just the environment, not the shows, the movies. It's the people. So I think that's really what it is. It's really what could make it suck, and it's the perspective on things, which is life. Sometimes it's just something that my parents say. Well, welcome to the real world. So I guess that's the real world. Yeah, I can't talk. Real world. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, you start to really see things for what they are. But just wanted to pop up on the feed and just talk about the holidays because that's interesting. That's interesting, to say the least.